welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is day number 20 of VEDA, video every day in April, and we are going to revisit one of the over 2,000 books that I have read in the last 10 years. I'm going to do some fun pod deck questions, and then I'm going to give you some book recommendations for social issues. Okay, as I said, this is day 20 of VEDA. If you haven't been here for a while or know what VEDA is, it's video every day in April. And I've been doing this for a couple years now. And this year's format, I must say, has been my most interesting because I have taken over 2,000 books that I have read, the titles of them, and put them in a randomizer and pulled a book a day, so that I can test myself, I guess, and show you guys that if I know the author's name, what the book is about, and things like that, then we check it against my Goodreads to see if I was actually right, if I knew what I was talking about. Would I reread it again? So then, then we have been doing pod deck questions, which are fun. Different little ways that you guys can interact with me. We can tell each other stories and really kind of get to know each other just a little bit better. And I'm also going to give you guys 2 social issue recommendations. Social issues can be very interesting and very triggering for some people. So these 2 recommendations that I'm going to give today, I'll let you know what sort of triggers or sort of social issues that come up within the story. So let's jump into this book that I'm supposed to try and remember. It is called The Gift, The Butterfly Effect #1. I believe it is by Margaret McHazer. I never really remembered how to say her name. So if I am not mistaken, this story is about a young woman that is taken. She's kidnapped. It's more, there's some suspense that ends up going on. It is part of a duet. Come to find out, she has some mysterious things going on with her, and she has to sort of take this journey on finding out sort of what her life is all about and things like that. This is an Australian, or I believe it's Australian author, and I was introduced to her work through a very emotional book. And this one really intrigued me and I really enjoyed it. So let's jump on over to Goodreads and see how wrong or how right I was about this. Alrighty, so it looks like I was sort of right. It is The Gift. It's by Margaret McHazer. I gave it 4 stars, it looks like, and it says, I have something people want. I have something they cannot take or steal. I have something they kill for. The something I have isn't a possession, it's more. Much, much more. It's a gift. It's part of me. And it looks like this falls in the paranormal fantasy suspense young adult area. It looks like I read this back in 2017, and this is what I had to say about it. I'm left a bit speechless on this one. More like 4.25 stars. This is before I started doing full on, giving half and quarter stars because of the slow start. However, once it got going, I did not want to put this down. Then I was left begging Margaret McHazer for more immediately. Can't wait to get my hands on The Curse. I did read this as an arc, and I did a individual video review for it. So if you guys want to check it out, you can. So, very, very interesting. I actually think I might want to revisit this to see if I still have those feelings for it. I don't read a lot of fantasy books, and being that I mark this as a fantasy urban fantasy, I definitely would think that I would want to revisit it. Maybe it would spark my interest in this subgenre or genre again. Alrighty, let's get to our pod deck questions. Question number 1 is, If you could talk to one species of animal, what would it be? Ooh, a species of animal. So, I kind of want to say dog. But then wouldn't it be kind of cool to know what an exotic animal is thinking, like a lion or a tiger or a bear or an elephant or anything like that? That would be kind of cool. I think it would just be cool to be like that whole Dr. Doolittle thing and be able to talk to animals. Yes, I know it's not a real person, but maybe that would be kind of interesting because some of them animal videos are absolutely hilarious. Hilarious. Alrighty, Pie, question number 2. I'm just going to say question number 2 here. If you could bring one famous person back from the dead, who would it be? Oh, man. Man, that's a hard one. That is a hard one. Because Prince gave us amazing music. Whitney Houston had a voice, even though she had her own inner demons and troubles. Betty White, just to let her celebrate 100 years would have been nice. Who else? Is there anybody else? A famous person? Yeah, I'm gonna go with those 3. It would be nice to have those 3 back. But see, in some ways, the Prince one, we have like like Prince is like looking down from heaven on Bruno Mars and is giving us all that extra goodness. All that extra goodness. Sorry, guys. So yeah. But still, I'd still go with those 3. I would still go with those 3. Because there was no one like Whitney. No one. No. Because even Stan Lee, like if I was to say Stan Lee, because he was a guy that was before his time. I don't know that I would want Stan Lee back because there's so many people that are picking up his mantle and are in place to do his work and keep his memory and his wants and needs alive and things like that. So yeah, I'll just stick with those 3 that I said. I know there's so many. Alrighty, so recommendations for social issues. So this is like I was saying, this is a hard category, but the books that I'm going to tell you guys to go check out. The first one is A Very Intimate Takeover by LaQuette, and this is part of the Harlequin Desire line. This is LaQuette's first story in here, and she talks about family and wanting to sort of give us a Black Dynasty type of story, and she gives us every bit of that with the twist and the turns and the moments, and just so much. I loved every single moment of it. I'm loving the series that has come from it, and definitely think that this is a good social issue book without being beat you over the head sort of with the social issues, if you understand what I'm saying. Then the next book let me tell you guys to go check out is Out of the Blue by Kathryn Nolan. I did not realize how many social issues are talked about within this book until you sit back and you just really think about it, right? So this is a bodyguard, ex-wife, husband story where they were married, and then they went their separate ways, and then they're thrown back into each other's orbits. It's about surfers. It's about women surfers. It's about women in sports. It's about the way that women are objectified with being athletes, and just so many amazing issues are discussed within this story, along with having a romantic suspense throw on top of it that is uber sexy and so heartfelt, and you're rooting for these two people. They're dealing with some grief as well, and it was just absolutely amazing. There's so much going on that it doesn't feel clunky or anything like that. You're feeling all the emotions and are completely drawn into the story. So go check this out. But it does deal with some social issues. Alrighty, so that concludes today's VEDA. We have revisited a book that I would definitely probably reread again, and maybe it'll spark my fantasy interest again. Then I answered 2 questions from my pod deck and encourage you to do the same down in the comment section. If you could talk to an animal, which one would it be? Or species of an animal, what would it be? And if you could bring somebody back, bring somebody famous back, because I know there's a whole bunch of people, and I too would love to bring back a family member or a loved one or something like that. But we're talking about famous people for this question. Bring back a famous person, and who would it be? Let's discuss that. Maybe, yeah, let's talk about that one. I kind of want to know who you guys would bring back that was famous and why. And I gave you guys 2 amazing books to go check out that deal with some social issues that don't feel clunky, that don't try and hit you over the head with personal views or anything like that, just giving you knowledge along with an amazing story to go along with it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. My PayPal, my Patreon, and all my other social links are down in that description box as well. I put content out on other platforms and lots of different content as well. Hope you guys are enjoying VEDA, video every day in April, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.